Coming up on today's episode, recapping Thursday Night Football. Chargers had a big win over the Vikings. Get into all the NFL Week 8 game picks and my game of the week. And also we'll talk a little NBA. The cheating, gambling scandal is hitting the waves in the NBA with former players, Hall of Famers actually, involved in this scandal. All that more coming up. All right, welcome everybody. It's Sports Talk from the Crib, and I'm your host, Tanner Christian. Remember, new episodes airing every Tuesday and Friday. Available on all streaming platforms. Check out the website, sportstalkfromthecrib.com. And our social media handles, Affiliate Entertainment, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, X, TikTok, you name it, we're on it. Check out the game picks with Coco and I. We're uploading on YouTube source. Man, we got a lot to talk about today. We're going to get into some NBA action. We haven't really talked a whole lot about the NBA. You know, season started up, but what a way to start the season, you know, with this big, huge gambling scandal. We'll get into that a little bit on the next topic. But first, we'll get into the Thursday Night Football. Minnesota Vikings, Chargers. And the Chargers has dominated the whole game. 37-10 victory. Justin Herbert looked great, 227 yards, 3 TDs. He also ran the ball for 62 yards. Vidal, 117 yards on the ground, touchdown. Ladd had a touchdown. And the big story, Rondé Gadsden II. Look out, NFL. This guy had 5 receptions, 77 yards, and a touchdown. He had over 160 receiving yards last week. He's up to almost near 300 yards already. This is his debut. And it's, this guy's for real. His dad played in Miami. He played great 6 years in Miami. And I don't know why Miami needed a tight end, but didn't want to take him. But look out, Chargers. This is the best. I mean, woo. You talk about Antonio Gates, Hall of Famer. That was in the Chargers. Kellen Winslow. Chargers have seen some great tight ends. This guy is about to be the next one. Love his game. I can't believe he fell to it was like the 5th round in the draft. I was like, oh, wow, who's taking a run at Gadsden? I remember seeing that come up. And because I was looking at him too, I was like, man, this guy is definitely worth a 3rd or 4th round pick. Probably higher because he has all the talent, plays so well in Syracuse. Converted from wide receiver to the tight end slot. And man, he's about to have, like Antonio Gates. Remember when Jimmy Graham even was the Saints and he had all those receiving yards? So this may be this guy. Antonio Gates, early Jimmy Graham type tight end, and just ready to take the NFL by storm. I mean, I'm telling you, like this great player. I know it's just a few games, not a whole lot on it yet, but the guy is going to be great in the NFL. We've already seen it in the last 3 weeks. Chargers defense, man, they came alive in this one. They struggled last week against the Colts, let up all those yards to Jonathan Taylor. They got 5 sacks. Khalil Mack is back full strength. He had a sack on the night, too. Carson Wentz, I swear, he was hit, I think, every single time he dropped back and passed. In excruciating pain at times with his hand, his fingers, his shoulder, everything. And you had that big brace on the left arm. But he was only 15 of 27, 144 yards. He did throw a touchdown, but he also threw a pick. So it was a big win for the Chargers. And they got the run game going for once, right? Greg Roman, that's what they all wanted to do. That's a big struggle last week. They could not run the ball at all. This week they get back to the ground and pound. Amari Hampton, of course, is still going to be out. Najee Harris is out for the season. So they're looking for some, running back. They even had Jared Patterson. I don't think he ran the ball. Oh, man, the last time he ran the ball maybe like 3 years ago in the NFL. That's how depleted they've been at the running back position this year because Haskins was the other one that was out for the game too. But great win for the Chargers. Vikings. Maybe J.J. McCarthy comes back next week. I know they didn't want to do it on the short week for a Thursday night game. But I think you definitely have to go back to J.J. McCarthy and let him struggle as his, before like he did. You're going to have struggles, put it this way. He struggled when he got hurt, that ankle sprain. Well, geez, has it really been 4 or 5 games already? NFL season has just gone by a little too fast so far. But he had a big win, the comeback win against Chicago opening night, and then the next game was just dreadful. It was horrible. They couldn't move the ball, couldn't do anything. They did get Aaron Jones Jr. back. He played in the game as well, but they were without their two offensive line tackles. So that played a big part of why Wentz was getting hit about every 2 seconds. He hiked the ball. So we'll see where Minnesota goes from here. They're on the downward, a little bit. So we'll see. I think they may get wild card possibilities. That's the only shot. I can't see them getting back in this division with the Detroit Lions. So Carson Wentz, man, it's time to sit down and heal. Oh man, I think the guy looked like he had broken ribs, arms, shoulder blades. I mean, I don't know. It looked like he was just hurting in every fathom during this game. All right, let's get into this NBA scandal gambling situation that I've heard rumors about this, especially when it came to Terry Rozier. But a long time ago. It started like 2 years ago. I want to see even start before that. You can definitely tell something's up. But we've been saying it for the last couple of years, even while he was in this Miami Heat uniform. Okay, let's talk about who is involved in this. Portland head coach Chauncey Billups, former player and coach, Damon Jones. He was on the coaching staff. I think Cleveland, even the last time he was in the Lakers, played for Miami, played for different teams. And current Heat guard Terry Rozier. So these are the big three names that were named in this big scandal: betting on games, using insider information from players and coaches, rigging high stakes mafia associated poker games against high rollers after enticing them to play with former players Damon Jones and Billups. NBA players have taken themselves out of games to hit the under on prop bets, leaking player availability as well. Rozier the last 2 years been under an investigation since 2023. So remember that happened. The NBA cleared him. Couldn't really find it. Was playing games. It was really going on last year as well when this investigation was going on, but they didn't find anything supposedly, right? And when it comes to Rozier, he basically bet the under game in Charlotte when he was with the Charlotte Hornets. Took himself out of games. There was even one instance, I guess, where he met the guy at his house, gave him $100K. Supposedly, I guess there's only 7 games listed when this all interaction was happening during that year, but I bet you it was going on just way more than those games. But let's just get to it. I mean, this is kind of a stain on the NBA. NBA has always been known for rigging games. I mean, look at Todd Donahue, the former referee. Remember when that happened? He was coaching or refereeing the Lakers Kings series. Remember that? When, the Lakers shot more free throws in the fourth quarter than the entire game with both teams combined. When they were trailing. So that was going on. It's been going on. And it's been pretty evident with all this advertisement for betting plastered against all over the stadiums now, during the games, during the commercials, it's sponsored. So what do you really expect to happen? Well, yeah, I guess it was Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones rigging up these poker games. You got Terry Rozier taking the under. Taking himself out of games, saying he's injured. And it's pretty evident. I'm going to stick to the Terry Rozier side of this because I'm a big Miami Heat fan since the beginning. I liked it when my favorite team never won the championship. Alonzo Mourning, Tim Hardaway, and all those guys. So Dan Marley, Jamal Mashburn, you name it, PJ Brown. That was my favorite team. They never won. Vashawn Leonard, those guys just didn't win. They got close. Bulls got in the way. Then the New York Knicks, late 90s, were just getting the revenge, I feel like, on Pat Riley. But anyways, we knew this was happening. We watching games even when we acquired him a couple years ago, it just we seem to. I mean, we witnessed it, throwing the ball randomly out of bounds, taking bad shots, missing shots on purpose. It looked like, I just don't. These games aren't being mentioned. At least we don't know yet, but I'm sure they will come up because I felt like it was a lot more with Terry Rozier. And why get yourself involved in something like this too? Are you making what, like $26 million a year this year, or however much it is? You're getting paid, man. Why go to this level? There's no reasoning for it. Why get yourself involved in something like this? And I think what it comes down to is just, yeah, he's getting money. But I think he's just wanting to help out other people and getting money. Taking yourself out of games? Come on. Hey, I'm at I remember this past year, it was all over X. Like, hey, look, Terry Rozier missing layups on purpose to hit the under on his points. Like, it was blatant to me. But supposedly they've had this for a while, and it's just kind of sad because we all know it's just pure stupidity. For one, play the game, old school, man. I play the game because I love the game. I don't play it to help other people out financially. In return, I'm talking about bet-wise. Say, I'll help my family out. Your family's out, financially with being a professional. But I'm talking about from outsiders, like, hey, I need 100K. You got to help me out over here. Hey, I need 100K. Help me out over here. Bet the under, man. I'll pay you out a portion. That way I can get some money for myself. That type. Like, come on, man. What are you doing? And as for Chauncey Billups and Damon Jones, supposedly Damon Jones letting people know, hey, LeBron James ain't playing tonight. Go ahead and bet this. Get me some money, too. I got money on this game. So you got that. Chauncey Billups, Hall of Famer. Champion. Why are you involved with something like this, man? Come on. It's pure stupidity on these guys' parts. You make millions and millions of dollars already, and you're going to this level. Now you're tainting yourself, tainting your families, tainting the NBA, you're tainting basketball. So that's the kind of way I feel about it, and it's been kind of blatant to see it from the Terry Roziers. But there's many. I think who else was suspended? Was it Dante Jones? I forget who it was. Earlier this year was suspended for an investigation. Dante Jones. I'm not remembering off the top of my head, but I remember this suspension earlier of him. And I think Millie Beasley even was being investigated last year too. I'm not. Don't quote me on that. I'm not positive. But I remember hearing something about those guys. So it's going on in the NBA, especially with these younger guys. Terry Rozier's been in the league for a while, man. So it's just a sad thing. People about innocent until proven guilty, but yeah, FBI comes in. It's serious. But as far as Terry Rozier, man, a player doing this, I was watching the ESPN Charles Barkley. It's not an addiction. It wasn't Charles Barkley. We were seeing them on ESPN with Shaq, Kenny, Ernie. Kenny's talking about, hey, it's an addiction. Charles Barkley and Shaq's eyes lit up. This ain't an addiction, man. It's just pure stupidity. And you just hurting your own integrity of the game and yourself and your family. And it's just uncalled for to do this, man. And as a player, I bet you there's a lot more. I really do. There's a lot more with all these little parlays, prop bets they have now for every single game, and the advertisement and legalization of it that's going on. And you're putting teams in Vegas. Sports franchises are putting their teams in Vegas too. So we know this is here. This is not new news. It's old news becoming public because of an investigation That's been ongoing for years. They're only going to find more. All right, let's switch back over to the NFL. We got the game picks in. I'm going to say my game picks over here on the air this time. Coco, chilling outside in the patio at the moment. So we'll have that with me and her getting it aired on YouTube. I'm going to give mine here now. Dolphins, Falcons. I'm rolling with the Falcons because you can't trust Miami. We actually went against Miami for the first time last week. Coco kept telling me to be loyal. And then we were like, we've had enough. We can't do it anymore. We got to get some W's over here ourselves in these game picks. So we have, you picked the Dolphins. Didn't pick them for the first time last week against the Browns. So it worked out for us, let's say. So we got the Falcons in this one. Michael Penix may not play. I saw he was questionable. Kirk Cousins may get his first start in a while. Jets at the Bengals. I'm just going to roll with the Bengals, even though Aaron Glenn came on the news conference. I was like, I'm not telling you who's going to be a starting quarterback because it'll be disadvantaged. I'm not telling you because I don't want to. Competitive advantage. You guys have lost every single game this year. I don't think it matters. I'm going to roll with the Bengals. Old man Joe Flacco. He's got the connection with Jamar Chase already. He may throw it to him 20 times. Sauce Gardner, you going to play? Uh-oh. Oh, now we got Coco back in the toy. All right. Browns at the Patriots. I'm rolling the Patriots. I like what Drake May's playing so far this year. Coming along, if they can get that run game going just a little bit, Patriots could be a real scary team come towards the end of the year and get into these playoffs. Giants at the Eagles. The Patriots actually are winning the division currently, I believe. Bills were on a bye last week. But Giants at the Eagles. A.J. Brown is out for this game. Last time the Giants pretty much manhandled the Eagles, and Dart was awesome. But that was without that big man's in the middle, and Jalen Carter in the crew. But I'm still going to roll with the Eagles at home. Because, you got the big guys back up front. So I don't know if the Giants Scatterboo and Dart can get through that this time around. Even though he's been playing really well, including that heartbreaking loss last week in Denver after being up 26-8. Bills at Panthers. Like I said, Bills returning from the bye. Panthers are going to be starting Andy Dalton at quarterback in this one. I'm going to roll the Bills off the bye. I expect big game from Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Bears at the Ravens. Lamar Jackson may play. He was limited in practice. He's been back at practice and just limited fashion all through the week. If he plays, I'm rolling with Baltimore. If he does not, I think I may gamble. Watch the word now. Caleb Williams on the road in those Chicago Bears. They ran the ball really well last week. They got the run game going that Ben Johnson. I just don't know if they trust Caleb Williams, but hey, why not? I'll take the Bears on the road. I think the Ravens are actually favored by 7.5. Was it, or did I read that wrong? But anyway, I'm taking the Bears if Lamar Jackson does not play. 49ers at the Texans. Texans defense is great, but Texans offense is horrible. I'm rolling with the Niners, even if it's Mac Jones at QB. So Brock Purdy will be out another game. Bucks at the Saints. I'm rolling with the Buccaneers in this one. Cowboys at the Broncos. Oh man, this is a pretty good game. Bo Nix came back last week. Fourth quarter, scored all them points. Cowboys going on the road. Dak Prescott's been playing great. They got CeeDee Lamb back to go with Pickens. Oh man, I'm still gonna roll with the Denver Broncos at home in this one. Titans at the Colts. I'm going with the Colts. Danny Dimes playing excellent football. Packers at Steelers. I'm going to roll the Steelers in the revenge game here on Sunday night. Going against the Packers. Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers. We're going to talk about this matchup. I like the Steelers in that one. Commanders at the Chiefs for Monday Night Football. Jaden Daniels is out, but the Washington Commanders can get Terry McLaurin back, I believe, for this game. And Deebo Samuel, I believe, is going to play. So get the receiving core back. But Jaden Daniels will be out. I want to take the Chiefs in this one at home. Pat Mahomes having everybody back and healthy. Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, and all those guys, man. That's a little bit scary. So I'm headed to the Chiefs on Monday night. All right, let's talk about this Packers-Steelers game. Sunday night, that's my game of the week. Packers 4-1-1 at the Steelers 4-2. We got Jordan Love versus Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers gets to play his former team. Jordan Love gets to go up against the teacher. Jordan Love on the year, 1,438 yards, 10 TDs, 2 interceptions. Rodgers, 1,270 yards, 14 TDs, and 5 interceptions. So this is the matchup I'm looking forward to. I picked the Steelers in this one, even though, like, we saw them last time out. That Steelers defense, I don't know what defense they were playing, but I can't expect a Mike Tomlin-led defense to play any worse than they did versus Joe Flacco when he didn't even know the playbook and threw the ball to Jamar Chase literally every single time he said, "Hike." And he was wide open every single time. He got, 16 times? Like 20-something targets in a game? Yeah. I expect some more of it. For Joe Flacco's sake anyway, for the Bengals. But Steelers, Aaron Rodgers, DK's been playing really well. They got the running game over 100 yards last week with Jalen Warren because he was back. And if the Steelers can make a trade for somebody like a Jacoby Myers from the Raiders or somebody from the Saints where they can get Olave or Shaheed, like, that would be such an important piece for this team to go along with DK on the outside because you've got the great 2 tight ends and Jonathan Smith and Freemuth. That would solidify this offense to what Aaron Rodgers needs to be, like, awesome, even though at the age of over 40. So for Green Bay's side, Jordan Love, don't sleep on him. He's played really well this year. He has a great connection with Tucker Kraft. He has 326 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns. He's been an awesome tight end for him as a go-to guy. And something to expect the defense. Micah Parsons, right? You expect maybe Micah Parsons leading this team in sacks but it's actually Rashawn Gary at 5.5. This defense is all over the place. Tackles as Micah Parsons came in. They've let up some big plays, though. They need to try to get a handle of that at times, but can Micah Parsons get after Aaron Rodgers in this game? Can the defensive line in Green Bay get enough pressure where Aaron Rodgers isn't getting the ball out quick? That's going to be his thing. Can he get the ball out within those 2-3 seconds? That's what he's going to try and do real quick, hit DK in a quick slants, quick outs, and get the run game going, zone run game going on the Packers. So we'll see how that fares out, and we'll see how they fare against the run because Josh Jacobs is still one of the most underrated backs in the league. So we'll see how Josh Jacobs does against that Pittsburgh defense. And Pittsburgh doesn't look like the worst defense in the league like they did last week on Thursday night against Cincinnati. But in the revenge game, we're all going eyes. This is Jordan Love's. This could be his coming out moment, right? He's played well in regular season at times. Got in the playoffs, had a great game, or they just seem to falter a little bit. This is like his coming out moment, I believe. You're on primetime Monday Night Football. You're going up against the teacher. It's your time to shine. And I have the Steelers in the game, but if Jordan Love shines, we know he's for real. Like, this should be the game he does it. And I want him to. I'll be rooting for him, too, to do it. Let's shine, man. Like, you have to show Aaron Rodgers he's at home. What better way to do it in his own house? Against him. Send him out. Farewell. That could be a big story coming out of from Sunday night to Monday morning. What's the storyline going to be? Jordan Love outduels the teacher, or Aaron Rodgers gets the last laugh. Still showing that he can do it. And he's better than the student. But anyways, that's how I kind of feel about it. I still got the Steelers in this one. Can't wait for that matchup on Sunday night. And that'll wrap up today's episode. Thank you all for joining me here on Sports Talk from the Crib with your favorite sports host, Tanner Christian. Remember, new episodes every Tuesday and Fridays, available on streaming platforms. Check out the website, sportstalkfromthecrib.com. Stream the podcast on there as well. Check out the social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok. We got the YouTube shorts going up with Coco Peanut. Feel the Heat Entertainment. You'll see our game picks up on there. Thank y'all for joining me. Y'all have a great weekend.